So, hello everyone, Randina Marie here, Queen of Rapid Transformation, and I have my beautiful client, Kareen. So, Kareen, I wanted to have you on today to talk about what happened when you made the decisions to say yes to yourself, where you were before you started the course versus where you are now.
Okay, so I just joined the Power of a Woman back in October, like at the beginning, I think, or pretty close to. And I remember you had made a post about taking the Astrologic, and you gave it to your daughter every morning, and I was like, can this help me? You're like, oh my God, yes. And I remember posting that I was a week out from having my hysterectomy because I was having so many girl issues. It was ridiculous. And you're like, I can fix that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm all. But at that point, I was like, I'm all ears. You got a week. Let's see what you can do. And you're like, do you want to stop it? And I'm like, well, yeah. And it was just, I had to make that conscious effort to quit doing what I was doing, to stop the pattern, to stop the belief that this is something that just runs in my family, and I was going to have it, my daughters were going to have it, and their daughters. And so I was like, okay, fine. So I did that. And within, I would say, the first month after talking to you, well, I made the conscious effort that I wasn't going to have the hysterectomy. So I called and canceled my appointment that, I think, within a day of talking to you. And then within that first month, I was bleeding probably 3 out of 4 weeks. And I went from having 3 periods and random spotting to only having 2 periods a month. And within the second month, I was having normal periods. My moods weren't crazy. I was like, holy shit, the day that I realized that I was normal again, I was like,
yeah.
So that was when I was like, okay, she's for real, obviously. And from there, I was in a bad marriage, and I did a session with you because I decided to say yes to the 8-week course. And I had a lot of limiting beliefs, and I had to go through and clear a lot of crap. And I'm actually kind of happy to say, but I cleared a lot of stuff with my daughter, and then I cleared a lot of stuff with my husband. I was a little freaked out last week, and this is all new stuff that you don't even know yet.
Yes.
So last week, my lawyer was supposed to serve my husband divorce papers on Monday, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen on Tuesday. It didn't happen on Wednesday, and I fired my lawyer on Wednesday. Friday comes rolling around. I'm in the middle of a color, and my husband calls me, and he had seen my car or I don't know if it was him or if it was one of his friends, because my car sticks out like a sore thumb. It's a red Jeep with Lavelle plastered on the side of it, so I can't hide at all in a small town. He said, why were you at the courthouse? And I said, the first thing that went through my head was, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And so I was just honest with him, and I said, I went and got divorce papers. And he's like, is that why you've been distanced towards me? And I said, actually, no, not really. And so we have been talking, and our biggest issue was he is an alcoholic, and it's just not the man I got with 12 years ago. He is a completely different person, but I'm happy to say that today he is 1 week sober. And I said, I will stay as long as you're sober and you're working on yourself, and we can continue working on our issues with our marriage, obviously. That was the big one.
Yeah.
And that, so, I mean, it's been crazy. I've been attracted to my husband. I'm like, when did that happen? I haven't been, I'm like, you want what? No. And I'm like, oh, seriously? So that's changed. My relationship with my daughter has changed. My oldest daughter, she went to go live with her dad almost 3 years ago, and now we have healed our relationship. relationship, and I'm happy to say that I am getting custody back of her, and she wants
so happy to hear that.
I need to do
I
something.
remember that was like one of the big things we worked on too. It's like, you know,
those were the two big things that we were working on. The third big thing was a house. Well, I don't know what's happening with the house, but that's okay. I see a lot of memes that come across Pinterest and Facebook, and the one that I always read every single morning is, you don't have to know where your destination is, but just enjoy the journey.
Yeah, because especially if you're working with things with your husband, right? Like you guys maybe will then move into a new house together just to start over again. So you do have to trust the divine timing of everything.
So, yeah.
I'm so excited. So, and this is all because you said yes to yourself.
Right.
And it's only been a few short months. Like seriously, it's only been, I mean, the end of October was when we started the group. The course started in January and now we're in May. So it's seriously only been 5-6 months and it's total life turnaround.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I love it. I love it so much. Not only that, but like feel into your confidence. Like how is that different? How are your thoughts different? How is your energy different? How is business different? You know?
For me, I just have the confidence. I'm starting to do this whole spiritual counseling with my clients. I do card readings for them now. Everything's been spot on that I've done for them, and they're all like, where did this come from? And I'm like, well, her name's Randina, and she's fucking amazing. You just have to say yes.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy for you.
I think the biggest thing for me is just stepping back into my power that I've known that I've had all this time, but just suppressed it, I guess you can say, because it's not mainstream. It's not, I mean, even my mom is kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's okay. You don't have to understand.
Yeah.
Just whatever. But I think the biggest thing that I've gotten out of this lately has the biggest thing that you have taught me is to be the observer.
Yeah.
That is the biggest lesson I've learned, I think, that has made the most impact in my life.
Yeah. And you're just detaching.
Like wait and just watch the whole thing kind of pan out. And if you have to respond, but it's cool.
Yeah. Yay, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for doing this video with me today. I can't wait to share you with the world. You look so beautiful and I'm so happy for you. And I really am looking forward to our ascension because it's just going to get better and better. Like you literally can have everything you want to have in this lifetime, right? Like everything. And all you have to do is know that you're worthy and deserving of it, and then it unfolds for you. So I'm so happy to see you look so beautiful. You're glowing. I'm so happy that your husband is like turning around. Really, really, that was like one of my big prayers, that it would just unfold beautifully for you. So, yay, woo!
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and then windfalls. I guess we can talk about windfalls.
Oh, yeah.
All my windfalls that have happened since you have come into my life. So the first windfall was the very first 8-week class. It was on actually Thanksgiving, and I was talking with Rowden, and I was like, I would give my right ovary to be her VIP client. She's like, right? I'm like, yeah. And within an hour, I got an email from Square, which is the credit card company I use for my salon, and it said I was approved for $1,400. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I remember messaging you. I was like, she's never gonna believe this. Maybe she will.
Yeah.
And then my second windfall was your second course, the money course. And I know I had a little like hiccup because I was like, am I gonna pay it all at once? Am I gonna do payments? And I was like, whatever, I'm doing it. And then all of a sudden the money just appeared, and I was like, all right, I got this. And then as I was listening to your class that you did yesterday, the master class, you did the cancel, clear, delete. And then, so I literally paused your video because I was like, I got to do this. Yes. So I paused the video, I go to your website, I go to the bottom where the numbers were, the dollar amounts, and I was like, there's some shitty shit still there. We're not going to lie about that. And I'm like, all right, hold out my notebook. And then I read it, and then I, put in all the good stuff. And then I went back to your video, and then you started describing the course. And then all of a sudden, actually, it's funny, they're right here. You can see 2222 and then 211. And then I looked up the numbers and I was like, holy crap. Okay, fine. I guess I'm doing this class. Well, we already knew that I was doing this class, but it was just confirmation that you're on the right path. So
yeah, I love it. You are. And it's only going to get better and better. I'm telling you, the next year is going to be like everything that you've been seeding as we've been going through is going to start flowing in now. Like this is when it's going to happen. So I love it. I'm so happy that we're all on this rise together and that you are awake enough and conscious enough and you're listening, right? Like it's like spirit's always trying to get through to us, but a lot of times we're not listening, and like you're listening. So I'm so happy. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to post this video for everyone to see how amazing you are. So, thanks for doing this for me and, wanting to be in my life. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you so much. You had so much laughter to my experience.
Stuck with me. You don't have a choice.
Good. Okay, I'll see you in the group. Love you.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.